and get ready for school. And the sleep and well-being made me not tired a lot because she'll get new routines. And we got like this performance learning sleep routine map a couple of weeks ago, so that helped me a lot. Personal growth is good to learn about, and it's nice to know how you can grow because it will help you a lot. Memory. If you keep a thought of memory from performance learning in your head, then you'll remember everything.
Really enjoyed teaching it. I think the underlying objectives were fantastic, and actually all the outcomes of the lesson, if achieved, would be so great, especially for the kids in this school. I think just having that conversation outside, just sometimes the content of it was difficult to, I had to be quite creative in making it engaging and interactive. But if I finally got to the outcome, that would be a fantastic lesson, but sometimes just the actual source material was difficult to make quite engaging for some of the kids, some of the more challenging children.
Okay. I would say to begin with, it was quite a daunting prospect because they've got these great big folders. It's like a new way of looking at things, and it's a style of learning that they don't quite sort of understand at the moment.
Yes.
But I think the more they've done it, the more they look forward to the lesson, and they sort of understand how things are coming in from outside that are going to impact on their learning.
Yes.
So I think it's been a really positive progression, whereas at first they maybe weren't so sure and didn't really understand why we were thinking about things that make them happy, things that make them feel positive. And just why things like sleep are important or not important. Like they're beginning to understand why that helps them and why we're looking at that.
So when you read, you can just, with your finger,
put something on the book to help you follow the words, so you don't get followed up.
And like, when it's like a big word, just cut it up and then put it all together after. It's just really helpful when you learn things what to do. You don't get tired a lot. Because it helps you with your life when you're sat, and it could get you a good job, and it helps you remember things.
My favourite thing was the sleeping part. It helped me got to sleep.
I'm really bad with my memory, but after I used the performance learning, it got better.
My memory got a lot better than it was before.
When we wrote down our routines, what we was going to do the day we done it, and it like helped me to know what I was going to do next. When we had to write how we feel in school,
I like the way that we had to write about same things, like how we felt.
Time management or memory, but more towards time management, because, well, the same, because I used to go to bed very late, like really late, like 11, but like, I know it's terrible.
It is.
And but then because of time management, it actually showed me, like, if I go to bed early, then it may when I wake up the next morning, I feel quite better than if I go to bed later, and it helps me remember stuff as well.
There's a moment, especially when we're talking about sleep, a lot of them have such disjointed routines at home. They're going to bed at 11 o'clock, they've got an Xbox in their room, they're sort of online speaking to friends all day, every day. And I think they really started to realise how important it is to go to sleep at a regular time every day, and how actually that is going to impact their day the following day. Because you've got children coming in sort of falling asleep in the lessons, they're not sure why they don't understand things. And it's very much a matter of saying, well, you can take responsibility for that because you can alter your sleep patterns, and sort of really guiding them through that.
the higher ability children were quite, and sort of the emotionally intelligent children were quite quick to get a lot of the methods and quite quick to engage with it. However, some of the children sort of on the lower ability end did struggle to engage with it and interact.
Because you like believe in yourself and you won't get worried that much. Because you'll just feel a bit more confident, improve. Because if your memory, when you're doing your times table test, you do it every day, and then your memory, it just helps you remember it. So if you keep it in your head, it'll help you remember, and then you'll pass your test. It's improved my maths because I'm pretty bad at times tables, but I'm getting better at it now.
It will help us get ready and not to worry about what questions will come up.
That I can remember a lot more questions that we've done in the past, like algebra. We had that in the SATs and we'd done that weeks or months before it, and it just triggered my mind.
I think the memory and performance learning is going to help with SATs next year because it kind of links to time management again, because like when I go to bed earlier I remember things and it's still going to help me. Say if I've learned something new like a times table, like a really hard times table or something, like a hard fraction or something in like the SATs, if I go to bed earlier, and it will keep my memory up and then I'll know what to do the next day.
Because it's helped me with my 11 plus what I've been put forward through, and it literally mainly it's helped me because there's some words what I never in performance learning and the teachers helped me to learn it, and then I've like just smashed the literacy and the maths.
For me, it's the emotional part of it, which I found, because I think some of the children in our class have difficulty dealing with, especially those negative emotions. Yes. I think we had a child that came in and said that before the performance learning, he would just shut down when something was challenging, so it was difficult to shut down, but it actually helped him to gain that resilience. Yes. And it was quite nice to see that. It was really nice to see that change.
They found the whole concept of sort of learning to memorise quite challenging at first. I think they're naturally quite good at it. Kids pick up things all the time and then they're constantly learning, so I think that helps. But once they'd understood that there were really specific strategies that you can put in place, I think they really started to understand how that can benefit them. And in terms of the content of sort of going through certain passages and really teaching them the skills that they can use as they progress through the school, I think really sort of started to open up to them.
Because when you're happy and you remember what you did in performance learning, it makes you a bit less excited, and then you can just go and do it. And when you're sad, you remember what you did in performance learning, and it makes you happy. Yeah, I was thinking the same as Jay. I normally get annoyed at people when they wind me up, but I just think back and then I just stop. I've not got as much down as I used to and argue with my parents.
With the routines, it helps us when we go home, instead of sitting down and being bored, we've got it there so we know what we're going to do next.
Because you've got like the night routine, you can like go like bed earlier and then you won't be like moody in the morning, you won't be bothered to do work, you'll just want to sleep.
Because when we go to bed early, so now I know not to go to bed late, so I'm not tired for school in the morning.
It did improve. I think that's something that this cohort definitely do need to improve upon, and so that's something we really need to push on, I think. But they did start taking to it and reviewing their days and considering if they'd learnt the information before, or was it a review. So I think they did start to get it.
Yeah, so time management specifically was something that, again, we focused on sleep for them because that helped. But time management itself, they understood that it wasn't mum or dad's responsibility to like do things. It was for them to get up in the morning or even the night before and say, what do I need to do? And actually just become sort of more reflective on what they're doing themselves, and actually sort of organise their school day to make it better for them and more efficient. Because it's something that we're trying to sort of instill in them as well, that efficiency, and it really helps to sort of benefit that.
Every night, like, you can just like think of it and you can do like a timetable and you'll be like ready for secondary school because you'll know like your timetables and you'll be ready for like all the maths.
Yeah, speaking to people and like people who we don't know. Because it helps you and it would help you with a lot of things in life.
Because it helps them like remember memory and it tells them what to do and what to do.
So you could tell your friends, because if they like feel unsure about something, then they could just think about performance learning and then sort it out.
It helps us like stay positive. We know which triggers our angriness and our like sadness, so we know how to keep it up with the positiveness and happiness.
Because it helps you learn a lot of stuff to do.
Really to help them and their home life, so like the time management, so they go to bed earlier and they get their more memory, like the same as us. So then they can like they know like stuff as well.